The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the July 16th magical Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And, of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. Dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, let those fingers do the walking. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And inside the Tigers, then, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow up 21 points, 25,040 is the print. S&P is off a point, 2,800 even Steven. NASDAQ off 2 points. So a flat market. Russell is anything but flat, 10 points to the downside, nearly 0.6%. That's 1677 is what she's printing at. The Russell's up 6 points, about 0.5% to the upside. Transports, they're down 100 points. That's off 1 full percentage point. Lead the charge, you've got to the upside, Amazon up $20, Mercado Libre up 9, SVB Financial up 780. To the downside, Alliance Data Systems $22. Innovative Biopharma off 13, and Tesla down 8. Speaking of Mercado Libre, MELI is the ticker symbol. Our first caller is Garo in California, who wants to take a look at Mercado Libre. Garo, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Thank you, sir. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I am doing very well, and thanks for asking also. And why don't you tell the listeners what it is that you're looking at in Mercado Libre, and then let me know how I can help you.
Yes, the symbol is MELI.
Yep.
This company is very similar to Baidu, except this is in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I've been trading this since 12th of July, which is three days. This is the third day, which it was $307. It's split from the 50-day moving average on half an hour. On
Yes.
30 minutes. What I want to ask from you is that considering the daily chart, considering that the 200-day simple moving average is above the exponential, which is a weak sign, and considering the weekly chart, which is very bull, but the 5-day simple moving average has not crossed the 21 days, which is a big question mark there. What does it show on your crystal ball, that what is the max it can go and stop and turn around?
Sure. So Mercado Libre, if we take a look at Stevie's crystal ball out here, and both Garo and I have crystal balls. We just use different tools to help us understand where price is headed to. So the very first thing on the daily time frame chart, Garo, is that when it was making its highs, it was doing with one of my Rhodes momentum indicator signals back in March of 2018. The reason that I point that out is when Mercado Libre was making its low on May 30th, it was the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, in this case here, that identified its bottom. So now the question is, okay, where is price headed to? It's trading out at 336 as we speak. It's having a nice day. Volume behind the move about 360,000 shares at the moment. The first place where it's going to potentially run into resistance, we're already trading into it, Garo, and that's going to be the trading day of May the 10th. On May the 10th, and from that point forward, really, it could be a couple of days prior, what happened was there were 9 consecutive closes below the close 4 bars earlier. That's what's known as a Tom DeMark setup. And we got to the 9 count on the trading day of May 22nd. When you get those 9 successive closes to either direction, what it does is it gives us this little area of hidden type of resistance or support. In this case here, it's resistance. So you're trading this to the long side. What you're going to be watching for, the first signal I'd be looking for, is you're looking for a close in order for this to continue to move higher. That was your question. I would be looking for a close above the high from May 10th. That level is 339 even, or 336.14. It's just an area where if you see a close above that, then what we would suggest is that, okay, there's no reason that Mercado Libre couldn't run over time all the way back to the highs from March 14th to be exact out here. So that's going to be a key level to take a look at. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, because you mentioned that as well, so let me just take Stevie's crystal ball system, look over at the weekly time frame chart, and this looks actually, now I know you were looking at your 5 and 21 day simple moving averages here. I'm not using that in my system. The weekly chart tells me that we have a rising price oscillator above zero. That is a bullish condition as far as I'm concerned. That actually changed 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, it gave us that nice little test. So as price was moving down, the daily time frame, what it was doing, it was making one of our beautiful bottoms, similar to the top out here on a weekly basis. Didn't do that at the bottom. But and now we have a rising price oscillator above zero. If price can clear the daily level that I provided to you, and I don't remember the number, my apology, then my target says this goes all the way back into the March 23rd high before it finds another area of resistance at 383.95. So that would be using Stevie's crystal ball tools as to what Mercado Libre is doing. At this stage, my call would be it's bullish. It's going to run into resistance. And if it clears that daily level out here, it continues to run higher. So that's my take in Mercado Libre.
I see. Yeah. My numbers does not match your numbers.
No, of course.
Unfortunately, I don't know why, but.
Well, I'm using some different tools, and that's what I really wanted to do is provide you with some different tools.
Yeah, yours is $339. Mine is $346.
Oh, that's okay. Okay. All right, we'll split the difference. We'll split the tip. We'll split the tip there. Hey, Garo, thanks so much for calling. Always great to hear you. And we'll keep an eye on Mercado Libre, MELI. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Dow's up 13. We'll be right back. A Rubik's Cube offers more than 100 million starting positions, resulting in 43 billion potential twists and turns. Yet this puzzle can be solved in 20 moves. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, and knowing the right move makes all the difference in the world. And on Thursday, July 19th at 4:15 p.m., I'll share with you the 3 essential tools behind my #1 ranking by Timer Digest for the S&P 500. This 30-minute event is being hosted by Ninja Trader, and it's open to everyone in our listening audience. At this event, I'll share with you the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal that subscribers now use to identify tops and bottoms, as well as Stevie's red line and the market profiles that I use. The sign-up link is on the homepage of TFNN.com and requires nothing more than your name and email address. To help celebrate my #1 market timing ranking, we're making Mastering Probability available to anyone in our listening audience for the next 30 days with a free money-back guarantee, whether you've subscribed in the past or not. Make your move now by coming to the homepage of TFNN.com and sign up for Thursday's workshop, as well as my free newsletter trial offer.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary Power Law Vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We've got Ryan who writes in. Ryan wants to take a look at the light sweet crude contract out there. And thanks for asking, Ryan. I don't know if Ryan's got a position looking or what have you. So let's just simply go take a look at it, which is the charts that are on your screen right now. So you've got the September contract for light sweet crude. You're looking at a 60 at 240, so 60-minute, 240-minute chart. So you got a 1 hour, a 4 hour, daily, and a weekly time frame chart. And what we have is we have our TAS market profiles. You can see looking to the 60-minute time frame, the bar is red. We're below market profile, so that's bearish. You'd have to use some advanced warning signals out here to try to identify a bottom. Stevie's Rhodes momentum indicator is one. The A to B equals CD patterns, the expansion swing, there's a number of things that you could use. Right now, we're just looking at market profile. So, Ryan, on a 60-minute basis, this says light sweet crude wants to trade lower. Doesn't tell us where to wants to trade lower. On a 4-hour basis, same thing. Light sweet crude wants to trade lower. The daily time frame, which closed below, which is trading below its daily market profile out here, says it too wants lower price. So our eyes go over to the weekly time frame. To where? Well, 66.60, even though it sounds like the devil, it happens to be the center line of the box representing 3 horizontal lines that form the bottom, center, and top of that market profile. That's the area where both buyers and sellers feel most comfortable from that are trading on a weekly basis and intermediate term time frame with regard to price. That does not mean that price won't go test the bottom. If you're going to come up with 2 price targets, your price targets to the downside are 65.48 to 66.60. You're trading at 67.03. We've traded a tad lower, just by a couple of pennies or so. So it looks to me like that's where price is headed to, that range. That's what these charts tell me. Now, on my Ninja Trader chart, I only have the continuous. My apology, I apparently didn't update its set of instruments for the current contract, but that's okay. With regard to what it is that I'm going to share with you, so don't really pay attention to price out here. You're going to see a difference in price. What tomorrow should bring, well, what today's going to bring, Garo and I talked about that Tom DeMark setup. And we were taking a look at a support and resistance level. In this case here for him, it was resistance. In this case for you, we can look at support, which is all the way back in the 64.50 area, but you and I are not going to focus on that. What we're going to focus on is today is going to be day number 8, and tomorrow should be, for all intents and purposes, day number 9, a Tom DeMark setup 9 count. Now, the question you would ask is, Steve-O, what the heck, or why did you share that piece of useless information with me? And it's because it's not necessarily so useless. You see, if you were using that system on the trading session when light sweet crude was making its high on July 3rd, you would have looked and said, geez, that's a Tom DeMark setup 9 count. Happened to be its high out there. Now, the difference between that and I don't know what tomorrow's candle looks like. I do have a crystal ball. It's just not that good. But at this stage here, what I can tell you that occurred on the trading day of July 3rd was that candle session traded within sessions 5 and 6. Typically, when that happens, what you see is kind of a stalling of momentum. Clearly, a stalling of momentum. I don't know what tomorrow's candle is going to look like. If price trades up into, man, I can't give you, this is the continuous contract. Be paying attention to the bar from July 12th. If price trades up to that level, tells you that we're in a stalling formation as well. Is that important? I don't know. You be the judge of that. Because go take a look at the Tom DeMark setup 9 count prior to that. That was on June 6th, and that actually formed a fairly decent bottom. It was tested, eventually rejected, and price went ahead and moved higher out there. So they do matter. And, maybe just to write back to me tomorrow or actually Wednesday might even be the better day, and we can go take a look at it. So price targets, though, now, at this stage here, my inclination is to say that doesn't look like bar number 9 is going to trade into bar number 6. Now, that's a stretch. But let's say that it doesn't. Then what that tells me is, okay, we really don't have a slowdown in momentum, not a visible one that you and I can hang our hats on. And therefore, that brings up that 64-ish area. So we decline back to the current contract, and we would say, that 65.48 area looks pretty solid as an area where price will go ahead and test itself. So, Ryan, I hope that helps you out with regard to light sweet crude. Thanks for taking the time to write in. And best of luck in that trade if you are in a trade. No other questions that I see that have come in at this stage. Yeah, nothing. So let's go take a look at what's going on inside the markets. And what is it that's going inside the markets? As many of you know, I am very cautious right now. Friday, you and I took a look at the markets, and we concluded, although it hadn't confirmed it, that the markets were in the process of making a market top. To what extent, we don't know. There was the question that said, hey, should I go ahead and, cash in the retirement accounts? No, that's not what I was saying out there. Got to stay in your time frames. But the market today continues to look like it is making a market top. Now, you and I have several signals out here to suggest that that is the case. Remember, these signals are always going to come from an earlier type of a time frame and then extend out to, when I mean earlier, a 30-minute, 60-minute, a 5-hour chart, then daily, weekly, and so on and so forth out here. So if we look at the daily time frame, though, let's just start with the daily time frame, and let's go take a look at your friend and mine, New York Stock Exchange. Even though we can't actually trade, what we can do is we can use this to assess the health of the market. Now, the health of the market, really not too shabby out here, except for today. Well, what I mean by that, you know how when you catch a cold, day one, yeah, your throat gets a little scratchy out there. That's my best imitation of a scratchy throat. And, day 2, you start to ache. Well, in this case here for the New York Stock Exchange, I'm actually looking at the panel, second from the bottom, which happens to be the advanced decline oscillator reading. Right now it says minus 44 and 2 other digits out there. They change so fast, no reason for me to give you. The point is that it's below 0. When it gets below 0, it tells you that the advanced decline information is suggesting to you that sellers are the ones in control. It says 125, even though it's fairly flattish markets, even though, I don't know what's the New York Stock Exchange doing out here, down 25 points, it tells you sellers are in control. Now, the confirmation with regard to that signal, since today is the first day below 0, you'd have to have follow through tomorrow. If you don't have follow through tomorrow, advanced decline information is such that you get that indicator reading back above zero, says it was a fumble on the first down out there, and that in this case here, sellers really never had control. Now, market breadth is just fine inside the New York Stock Exchange. Volume breadth is just fine inside the New York Stock Exchange out here, but you do have on a daily basis a fairly early signal with regard to the fact that sellers are in control of the market. Now, that's pretty cool, considering you've got the NASDAQ up towards market highs, and the ES Mini and the Russell 2000 is backed off because it put in a top out there. But when we come back from this break, let's continue looking at the indices, switch up the time frames a bit out here. And then, of course, if you write into me, steve@tfnn.com, or you call, you get preferred seating. You get the best table and view in the house. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Hey, and a good bottle of sake to go with it. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
TigerTV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. I don't know if you caught any of that news conference out there. How do you like to be this guy? This guy, I don't care which side of the aisle that you're on. And I absolutely, it doesn't matter to me. And so you get this AP reporter out there, right? So, you know, one of the few guys is going to go ahead and answer the question, or provide a question. And, you know, of all the questions that this guy can come up with, one of the questions, with Mrs. Trump, Melania Trump, sitting in the front. One of his best questions, right, is, hey, Vladdy, do you have any uncompromising photos that you can share with the First Lady? In essence, that was his question. I will do what everybody else does and reframe the question just kind of in a logical sense. What a moron. What a way to fumble the ball. That's your question. That's your kind of respect out there. In any event, there's sorry, that's just kind of a sideways take a look. And I would say that anybody. I mean, good Lord out there. In any event, let's take a look at the markets. Let's come back here, and we have two requests out there. One is to take a look at Fifth Third Bank. That comes from Tim. The first question that came in was, take a look, and this way we'll stick with the markets out here. And the question was, where's Stevie's red line inside the NQ and inside of the ES on a daily time frame basis, I'm assuming, which is what was asked. So with regard to the ES mini out here, we'll also see that today is very likely to be a Tom DeMark 9 setup. Now, is that important? Well, we already know the answer that is important. Last time we had a Tom DeMark set up to the upside. That was the trading session of June the 13th. Turned out that was a high. Did that trade into bars number 6 or number 5? The answer is yes. If we take a look at the 9 count to the downside, that took place on the trading day of June 27th. That happened to just miss trading into bar 6, but it did tag bar number 5. Turns out that was a bottom. Today looks like, I don't know what the close is going to be, but it looks like this is going to be a Tom DeMark setup. So 9 count inside the ES mini. Even though price is above Stevie's red line, which right now is green, means we have a rising price oscillator above zero. 2781, 2782 basically is the number out there to pay attention to. But another signal of a potential top that is forming inside of the market. The next question was, well, how about the NQ? If we take a look at the NQ out here, couple of things. Number one, Friday was the Tom DeMark setup 9 count. You'll see a couple of arrows on my charts out here. It shows other prior 9 counts. Now, that was not trading inside of bar number 6 or bar number 5. So you'd say, okay, questionable. In other words, there is still plenty of momentum to the upside, and Netflix certainly coming out with earnings today, and they certainly can impact a move higher or lower. But price, what the NQ is also doing, it's forming one of Stevie's Rhodes momentum indicator signal tops. So today's close could be very telling, because last week on Friday, very small, narrow-bodied candle. Be very easy for a bearish reversal candle to form. By the way, the answer is 73.13. My apology with regard to where Stevie's red line is inside the daily chart for the NQ out there. So you have 73.13, 73.14, give or take. That's still a pretty hefty move, 70-point move down from where we are trading right now. But I'd be watching today's close, because it's possible what we're going to get is a bearish engulfing candle out here that would confirm a short-term top. You would look for price and see what happens with price at the 73.14-ish area out there, because if you move below that, it says further retracement. In this case here, back to the top of the daily box, 71.57. But again, several signals that are coming together. Have they confirmed is the real question out here. And inside the NQ and inside the ES, it's questionable. It's questionable. No, it's not questionable. No, they have not confirmed. But again, we get these topping signals out here. Well, we looked at the New York Stock Exchange daily chart, ES, NQ. So we've answered the question inside the den. If we look for more early warning type of signals out here, well, one of those could be just staying along with the ES, in essence, S&P 500, NQ, NASDAQ 100. Here's a 60-minute TAS market breadth chart. You're seeing a green line and a red line. The green line representing bullish market breadth, meaning that price is trading above the top of a market profile. For us, that would be a breakout, or considered a breakout above resistance. Red line, price trading below the bottom of a box. What we can see here is that we had what we'll call a bearish crossover that actually took place at 9 o'clock this morning. 166 issues trading above the top of the box, 228 below the bottom. So this could be an early warning sign that we are seeing that topping signal play out. Well, if that is the case, we should go to the 60-minute time frame chart, I'd like to, for the ES Mini and see what we can find out here. And what can we find out here? Well, interestingly enough, now that we have the chart open on a 60-minute basis, what we can see here is, I don't know if this is a coincidence. There are no coincidences out here. At 3 o'clock this morning, you got your Tom DeMark setup 9 count. Turns out that was the high. Was it the top tick? No, it wasn't the top tick. I don't know. Let's do a wave count out here. So let's do this. Just curious, what wave was that in? That makes sense. Wave number 7. We know how these markets like to move in waves out here. And so you've got 2 topping signals. But what has price done since those topping signals unfolded? Well, price came right back down to support. Remember, you and I, we were taking a look at Mercado Libre. You, Garo, and I, we were looking at Mercado Libre. And the first question on the daily chart was, where is price going to run to before maybe it runs out of steam? And what we did was we took a look at that. We took a look at that Tom DeMark setup. Well, on a 60-minute time frame chart, it's just the opposite because that was price running higher. Now we're flipping it. This is price running lower. And if we take a look at where that Tom DeMark setup, that's that little red dashed line. And if you look at where price got down to, it came right down to support. Right down to support. Now what we're seeing here on a 60-minute time frame is prices testing resistance. We'll call it level 1 resistance. It's the top of a bearish structured TAS market profile. That looks to be at about 2802.50 is where that level is at. We're trading at 2801.75. So maybe we're stuck in a bit of range. Stevie's red line, absolutely green at this stage, is 2804 out here. So do we have a top? We have a top. Price came down to support. And now the question is this just a counter trend rally? Again, a 60-minute time frame out here, but just trying to put it all together. I don't know any other way for us to do this so that you can make an educated assessment as to what the markets are communicating to you and I. Now, we mentioned the NQ as well. If we take a look at the NASDAQ 100 60-minute time frame, what we're going to see, it too had a 60-minute bearish cross and taking a look at its TAS market profiles. That occurred at 10 o'clock this morning. Right now, 32 issues trading above the top and 44 issues trading below the bottom. So we're seeing a shift in trend here, coinciding with the Tom DeMark setup 9 count, coinciding with Stevie's RMI signal, although not confirmed on a daily basis. And we have those same RMI signals on a 5-hour time frame. Actually, I think we have them on a couple of different time frames. The 5-hour time frame chart looks like this. And this is the problem, because this could be an early warning signal out here. On a 5-hour basis, you know how the ES Mini came down to support? Support on the NQ is 72.82. So even though we might have a top, price might find support at 72.82. We'll be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. The Taz Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the Taz Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Taz Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profile So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the Taz Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 18, S&P's off a point. And so Tim writes in and says, Steve, as FITB, that is Fifth Third Financial Bank or something along those lines. So has it bottomed, and where would be a good entry? So if we take a look at Fifth Third, we'll look at a couple of different things out here. First is the three time frame set of Taz market profile. So you've got the daily, you have the weekly, that's in the center, and then you have the monthly. If you look at the daily, looks like maybe about 7, 8, 9 trading sessions ago, there was a brand new profile that formed. That's the bottom. That's the left-hand side chart you're looking at. Bullish structured box out here, Tim. And we can see that, so has it bottomed? Bottom is different than finding support, for sure. At this stage here, I'm going to say what it has done is it's found support. We'll try to go figure out whether it's bottomed or not, but it certainly has found support. And in fact, because it's bullish structured box, price could travel all the way up to 30.93, the top of the box. That would be nothing more than just simply, potentially be nothing more than just a counter trend rally. What you do have, though, this week is a brand new weekly profile. That is the dead center box out here. And you can see that the bottom of that box is at 29.63. Maybe you can't really distinguish the number, but if you look at my data box out here, you'll see the bottom says 29.63. The center line, CTR, says 30.72, and the top says 32.16. So on a weekly basis, price is trading below the bottom of a box. What does that mean? That means at this stage here, weekly says, nah, not so fast with regard to bouncing up to 30.93. If price is able to get above, stay above 29.63, then and only then will it entertain that maybe it is a bottom out here. Right now, that is resistance. The monthly time frame chart, you're really kind of in the middle, so to speak. It's not providing us with a ton of information out here, other than it looks like it's made a pretty decent top, and that price could pull back to 25.65. So to the extent that Fifth Third has not found a bottom, you would look for price to close below 28.79. Of course, you and I would have to really just revert back to the swing point from June 28th, and that would be 28.55. If that occurs, then you're looking at 25.65 inside of it. Now, as we take a look at Stevie's Ninja Trader chart out here, Is there an A to B equals CD that completed out here? Well, I don't know. Let's go take a look at that possibility. The A point out here would be on May 15th. Your B point would be that doji for May 30th. A bit of retracement, it looks like, into June 7th. And we'll see that it did not complete or has not completed, even close enough, the one-to-one A to B equals CD to the downside. Just out of curiosity, as that B point was being passed, we'll come back to this chart, was it with volume? There was 11 million shares on May 30th, and when that level was passed, it was passed with light volume. So you really never had a confirmed A to B equals CD to the downside. So you and I, we can't hang our hat on that one, that it's going to go ahead and move lower. The issue is, other than the daily TAS market profile, you and I really don't have much that we can hang our hat on that Fifth Third has bottomed out here. So what I can share with you is, as far as Stevie's crystal ball is concerned, it's too hard. I don't see it. Doesn't mean it hasn't. There's just not a pattern here, a reliable pattern, that you and I would like to use in order to answer that question. With regard to a weekly time frame chart out here, and don't pay attention to Stevie's red line out here. This week could actually be a Tom DeMark setup 9 count. Yeah, it could be. Not saying that it is. You're just gonna have to come back and ask me about that on Friday, probably Monday. Monday would be the better day out here. So I don't have any signals either way, other than to say, hey, at a minimum, if you want to go ahead and take a trade in Fifth Third Bank, have your close below. First, you got a 59-cent average true range. I'd say probably more than that. Make sure it's a close below 28.55. And the question is, will you get to 30.93? And I don't have a good enough reason to tell you that you will. Wish I did, but I don't. 29.63. Tim, I hope that helps you out. Don't mean to be ambivalent, but that is really the best information that I can share with you at this stage of the game. Right now, the Dow's off 11, S&P is down 2, NASDAQ off 4. No other questions. You too can get in on the action. And all you got to do is send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Of course, inside the Tigers Den. Any ping will do. Calls are preferred. You can call collect. I'm not sure who you'll collect from, but you can call at 877-927-6648. Can you call collect? Can you call a toll-free number collect? Probably not. So just scrap that whole idea out there. So what else should we go ahead and look at? What else is important for you and I to go take a look at inside of these markets out here? Hey, Netflix. That seems like a winner. Let's go take a look at Netflix. I believe Netflix is out with earnings after the bell. Is there any signal in the Netflix chart to tell us what it may want to do? NFLX is the ticker symbol there. Let's go see if there's just any tells inside of its chart patterns out here. And as we take a look at the daily time frame, price trading just slightly above the top of its daily profile, $399.57. We're at $400 and change out here. Not too shabby. The weekly time frame doesn't tell us much other than resistance. Last week was resistance, meaning the top of the box, 413.13 is the number. Found resistance there. And the monthly time frame doesn't give us any signal of any kind of, well, I say any, hold your horses there. Let me just take a look on my other screen, see if I can come up with something. Voila, I cannot on a monthly basis. Let me see if I can come up with something on a weekly. Voila, I cannot out there on a weekly. And on the daily time frame, even though you're not looking at it, I'm just trying to see if I can come up with something. And the answer is no, I can't. So that's a real bummer, because no, I can't means, what are buyers and sellers communicating to you and I about Netflix? Not much. Not much. I see a yellow line out there, but we're going to scrap the yellow line. Last time price was trading into its highs, June 21st, there were 18 million shares out there. Light volume on each of the tests into that swing point, but you've got support at 381.84. To me, there is no clear indication as to what Netflix wants to do out here. Just none. Just none. Now, only thing we know is 413.13 is support. I would then say 372.82 would be a level of support. That's the bottom of the weekly profile. That is on What was that? That was Netflix. Amazon, Prime Days. This thing is all primed up. Primed up to do what? We are trading 1838 out there. AMZN is the ticker symbol. Of course, you knew that. What Amazon is doing out here is it continues to display a potential Rhodes momentum indicator top. We can see those black diagonal lines drawn from lower left to upper right out there. Today is going to be Tom DeMark setup number 7. So we're days away from a potential 9 count out here. Amazon, if they get some bad news along the way, Stevie's red line, it is green, is 1781. Till price closes below Stevie's line out there, there's nothing bearish about Amazon. Only potential bearish. Dow's up 13, S&P's off 2, Russell's down 9. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Think or Swim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. So the Dow's up 11, S&P's up a couple, NASDAQ's down 8, Russell's up 9. The Russell giving us the biggest signal. Of course, it did that a few days back. Really, July 10th was when it generated a signal that it had formed a short-term top out there. And if we take a look at this chart right here, here's your 5-hour time frame chart for each of the equity futures contracts. The black diagonal lines are the ones that you're paying attention page 2 over on the right-hand side. Here's the Russell 2000. That's the bottom panel of my screen. That generated the topping signal back on July 10th. Right now, price is trading below support. That's a little thin red line out there. That happens to be the bottom of its TAS market profile on a 5-hour basis. So the question is Russell 2000 a leading indicator as to what the markets are about to do? Got a fairly decent price move to get below the bottom of each of those 5-hour time frame boxes for the ESENQ and the Dow, but and we don't have the complete signals yet. But do I put faith in this system out here? More faith in this system, more trust in this system, more confidence in this system than any other system that I've been able to identify, develop, or what have you. So if you're looking for an early warning indicator out here, which subscribers and I are, that's what's present at the moment. If you'd like to learn more about that tool, what we've done here at TFNN, if you come over to the homepage of TFNN.com, so really a couple things going on. You'll see 3 essential tools with myself. It's free to sign up. This is a workshop I'm doing on behalf of Ninja Trader. You have to sign up. There's a link. Just click on first, the 3 essential tools button. That'll take you to a tray. That'll take you to a page where you can just simply go to sign up on the Ninja Trader page out there. But what's more important, I think, is that we're also providing everyone, whether you've been a subscriber or not in the past, access to 30 days of my newsletter service, as well as learn these tools out here because I teach them to you. So do that now. Take advantage of that now. And I'd like to see you Thursday at 4:15 to 4:45. And of course, I want to see you tomorrow. So thanks so much for joining us. Stay tuned. Your favorite polar bear, my favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. Take care. See you tomorrow.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.